Christine, and tonight I'm going to be making my rainbow quinoa salad. It is a super quick and easy meal, but the best part about it is you can make a ton and it will last several days in the fridge and the veggies stay crunchy. Sandy said we have someone live already. We're doing this live. So if you would like to join me live, you can leave a message, leave a comment in the live chat. Someone is here. Oh, Cherie. Okay. Angela, we're cooking at the same time. That's wonderful. Very nice. Make sure my sound is off here. Okay, so I'm going to get started I'm going to start with the quinoa because this will take the longest time to cook. If you are looking for the recipe for making my quinoa salad, I have linked the recipe page on my website in the comments, in the live chat, and also in the video description. Hold on, getting a text. Let me see what that's about. Okay. All right, so where was I? Okay, so if you want to find the recipe, I have linked it all over this video. Oh, need to go back to the page too. I guess I'm just gonna have to leave my glasses on. Anyway, what I like to do is start with the quinoa, and then as it's cooking, then start chopping all the veggies. And I'm gonna be using several things from my Amazon shop. So like my chopper and things, those are all linked in the pattern page as well. And let's get started on this. So we're gonna do 1 cup quinoa and 2 cups of water in a pan. Bring it to a simmer. You know what, I do like to, just like I do with my rice, I do like to start my grains with a little bit of olive oil and toast it just a little bit before adding the water. So I'm going to do that here as well. Just add a little bit of olive oil and get that started on the stove. Measure out 1 cup of quinoa. I'm using organic tricolor quinoa, but you can use whatever you like. And measure out a cup. 1 cup dry will give me about 2 cups once it's cooked. And I have some special tips for cooking quinoa that work for me. If you like following package directions and that works for you, that's fine. Go ahead and make your quinoa to the package directions if that's what you like. I feel like the quinoa is always a little overcooked when I do that, so I prefer to start it, to cook it a few minutes less, and if there's extra water in the pan, let it soak up. Let's see. Hi, Gracie and Cindy and Lorraine, Anna, Abraham, Alicia. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm going to be making my rainbow quinoa salad, and the recipe is linked all over in this video. Here's the tricolor quinoa. It comes in different colors, but like I said, I prefer the tricolor. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the pan, just a little pinch, and we'll start stirring that around. Just like it to warm up in the pan a little bit, and then for the 1 cup of quinoa, I'll add 2 cups of rice. Oh yeah, and then let's see how many minutes it says to cook here. It says 15 minutes. There's no way I'm going to cook mine 15 minutes. I'll probably do it 12. But once that's going, then we'll start chopping all our veggies. Hi, Geraldine. Glad you could be here. And this video will stay, we're live right now, but the video, once we're no longer live, the video will remain, so you can always come back to this and watch it another time. And like I said, I have the written recipe already spelled out on my website, and I've linked that as well. Alicia, quinoa bread. I don't know what you mean by quinoa bread. I usually try to find organic quinoa that is the tricolor one. That's what I like because I like the color. But I've tried the plain white one. I've tried the red one. Tried brown. Okay, this is ready. We need 2 cups of water. Give that a little stir. As soon as that bubbles up, I'm going to put a cover on it and reduce the heat. Yep, it's bubbling already. So reduce it down to 3, and I'm going to set my timer. Let's see, we'll set it, it's set to set it for 15 minutes, so I'm going to set it for 12. Whoops, timer 12. We'll set the timer for 12 minutes, and now we can get chopping. Let's see, what am I cooking tonight? I am cooking my rainbow quinoa salad tonight. I just started the quinoa on the stove, and now I'm going to start chopping everything up. What brand? I've used a variety of brands. There's one on Amazon that I've tried. I've tried the one that you get at Costco, and tonight I'm using one from Trader Joe's. The thing that I find is that organic tricolor quinoa is what I like the best, and then my tip that I like when making quinoa is to not follow the package directions exactly. I like to brown my quinoa with a little bit of oil on the bottom of the pan just to toast it a little bit, then add 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa, and I cook it for a few minutes less than the package says. So this package says to cook it for 15 minutes. I set my timer for 12 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like then. If the water's not all soaked up, we're going to take it off the heat and let it sit, and as it cools, it will soak up the rest of the water. And it ends up being absolutely light, fluffy, and delicious. Okay, you'll also notice that on my recipe there's a handful of different veggies that I suggest for this recipe, but you know what else? You can mix and match anything you want. It doesn't matter. You add whatever veggies you like, whatever veggies look good to you, or what's on sale, what's in season. The key is finding things that are mostly crunchy. I do add some tomatoes in this salad, but other than that, I focus on things that will stay crunchy once they're chopped up and put into a salad. You know, you're not going to put lettuce in here, right? Anytime you make a salad with lettuce and you dress it, you know you have to eat it right away. So in a salad like this, you want to use all crunchy stuff. But even tonight, I'm going to mix up a little bit differently than what you see on the recipe, just to show you that you can find something that looks really good in the store, like these haricot vert mini green beans were on sale at the store tonight, and I thought they looked so good. And when they're super skinny like this, they can be eaten raw, and they have a lot of crunch, and they're part of the rainbow, so the green works. So I'm going to add those to the salad tonight as well. But again, mix and match what you like. We're going to be using bell peppers, Persian cucumber, haricot vert, carrots, tricolor cherry tomatoes, red onion, and I've got parsley and cilantro. That's the other thing. Use whatever herbs you like. If you like dill, that's fine. If you like mint, that's fine. If you like parsley or cilantro, whatever you like, you can put it in there, or you can mix and match different herbs. You can really make lots of variations on this salad the more times you make it. And that's what I've found. As long as I stick to colors that work for the rainbow, I feel like I really can't go wrong after that. All right, so first off, I'm going to take out the core and the seeds of my pepper, and I have my chopper set up with the 1/4-inch dice right now. This particular gadget comes with a 1/2-inch dice and a 1/4-inch dice. And I know this sounds strange, but I actually love this one for fruit salad. 1/2-inch works best for fruit salad, and for veggies, I way prefer the 1/4-inch dice. I feel like it gives such a great texture and mouthfeel, and you know, it's a little easier to chew too. So maybe your teeth aren't great, you don't feel super confident chewing really hard things. I find that when you're doing raw vegetables that are crunchy and hard, the tinier you get them, the easier they are to still chew. So that's interesting as well. All right, so to use this chopper, you actually have to cut up your veggies small enough that they fit in this hole here. So what is that, like about 4 inches square? I wouldn't be putting a whole piece of bell pepper in there. Let's see, I want to make sure this is on camera so you can see the magic of this machine. So I like to make them just a little bit smaller than the actual opening so they fit in there nicely. Watch this. Look how many seconds. It's going to be seconds, not minutes, to get a perfect dice on this. Look at that. Look how fast that was. Isn't that amazing? And I'm going to be doing double veggies tonight. Sometimes I do follow the recipe exactly and do the 1 cup quinoa and like a half of each of these veggies. But earlier this week, I made this recipe and added double the veggies to the 1 part quinoa, which kept it a lot lower calories and definitely more of a veggie salad. I think if I was using it as a meal, I would follow the recipe exactly and do the right ratio of quinoa and salad, or quinoa and veggies. But to do it as a salad, not a meal, I like it with more veggies. And I think I just enjoy my chopper too much. Maybe not too much, but just enough. Look at how professional those chops look. Isn't that awesome? This is so satisfying to me. I can't even tell you. Okay, when I do the carrots need to be cut in half. I buy the peeled carrots already. I buy the smaller ones like this. Now I do like peeling my own carrots as well, but I find that they're nice and uniform in shape when I buy them like this, which works better for the salad because you know how carrots are really tapered? Well, when they're really tapered, that means that no matter how you chop them, they're not always going to be the same size. But when I cut these in half, this is on camera, right? Can you see what I'm doing? I just cut them right down the center, and then I place them in the chopper. And we can add several of them at a time now, because as long as they fit inside there, it'll be fine. Boom! Does that look as fun as it is? God, I love this thing so much. I've had different versions of it over the years, and you know, you use something a million times and it breaks and you need to buy a new one, but I've had this one for quite a while now. And I think it is better quality than the last few that I've had in the past. Maybe that's why I've had it for so long. You can find this one in my Amazon shop, and I also do share a link to it on the recipe page. If you have any questions, please feel welcome to ask me live. I'll be checking the comments over here as I go. Few things that I don't do in the chopper, and that would be I don't do onions, one of my favorites to do in here. I don't do the herbs. I do prefer to chop herbs with my knife, and I do prefer to chop garlic in a different way. I don't use the chopper for that. And I don't use it for anything soft. Can't think of any good example for you right now, but I don't use it for really soft things either. It's best for things that are crunchy. Now when I say soft, I don't mean like, I mean like bananas. It's still wonderful for strawberries and things like that. Yeah, if you don't have one of these choppers already, I think that you would absolutely love it. It makes your chops so professional. Now, if you're a professional chef and you know how to chop things perfectly, then this is a silly tool for you. But for anybody else who likes the look of super professional chops and doesn't like taking the time to do it, this is an amazing tool that saves so much time. Now, I know Gordon Ramsay could do this just as fast, or Jamie Oliver. I mean, I know that they're super professional and they can chop fast, but the rest of us could use a little help. All right, so I cut my onion in half and then cut it into 4 chunks and then put it right on the chopper, and it slides right through. Did you see that? This one doesn't even, it's really soft. Okay, so let's grab our bowl, and this is when I start just assembling the bowl. As I fill up the chopper, I just start moving things over. And I'm going to use this. Now, if you don't like quinoa or you're not interested in doing something with any carbs in it, this makes an amazing salad on its own. You don't have to add the quinoa or even any grains. It's so good just on its own, and you could also add cheese if you wanted. You could add, what else could you add? You could add grilled meat if you wanted. Okay, put this back together. Oops, what did I do? There we go. All right, I'm gonna set up my green beans on there. I think they're just slightly too long, so I'll cut them in half. There we go. Next up is our cucumber. And I do prefer the English cucumber or Persian cucumbers to the regular, I guess, American ones. I feel like the regular American cucumber has a lot more water in it, a lot more moisture, and a lot more seeds. And I don't think that that's as suitable for standing up to a salad dressing and staying fresh and delicious in the fridge for a couple of days. All right, we're just gonna cut this into some slices, and then we'll pop it through the chopper. Okay. Watch how fast this is now. I don't do garlic and ginger in here because even at a 1/4-inch dice, that's really not as tiny as I prefer those veggies. All right, we'll dump this in here. Now, like, just think about how many minutes we've been doing this. Look at the amount of tiny chopped veggies I have here. And again, if you wanted to stop here and just make this a salad, how beautiful is that rainbow of veggies, right? So gorgeous. It's delicious. You could eat this right now and you wouldn't be missing any. Oh, I forgot tomatoes. I thought I had one more thing to do here, and I want to show you how we do tomatoes in there too. Tomatoes are the messiest of all the veggies that I do in the chopper, but hey, they're soft in the center, so of course they're messy. I do like to cut them in half first so that they don't explode in the chopper. And I bought tomatoes that had some different colors too. I thought that would add more to our rainbow. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions about substitution or anything at all? If I can answer your questions, I will. Okay, let's check on this. Okay, so I'm going to show you. It's still really wet in there. Can you see that? Can you see how much water is still in there? That's okay. This is what we're going to take it off the stove. We're going to take it off the stove, or take it off the heat, but leave the lid on and just let it soak up the extra liquid while it's cooling off. Hi, Holy Hummer. Hi, Barbara. Glad you guys could be here. Oh, I did it backwards. All right, we'll get our tomatoes in there. Once I cut them in half, then they're not going to explode on me. Because they are soft, though, they are the messiest one that I put in here. So I save them for last. Hi, Thea. There we go. All right. All right, so now I'm going to chop up my parsley and cilantro. Definitely not going to use the whole bunch. Since I'm mixing herbs, I think I'll only use like a half a bunch per herb. Start with the parsley. And again, like I said earlier, use whatever herbs you like or whatever herbs you have or whatever herbs are on sale. You could use a combination of mint, dill, parsley, cilantro, chives. Green onions would be another great addition to this salad as well. Okay, Got our parsley and cilantro, and I'll mix those through. And at this point is when I'm going to take a look at the veggie ratio and make sure I think the colors are well represented and that I think that, you know, there's a nice blend of herbs to veggies. And so this is what I've got right now. And if you just put a little salt on here right now, you're good. Like, if you don't want to add quinoa, this is an amazing rainbow salad regardless. Did I soak my quinoa first? No. I sauteed my quinoa in a little bit of olive oil just to toast it for, what was it, 2 minutes? And then I added 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa and cooked it for about 3 minutes less than the package recommended. And now I have it sitting on the stove just steeping in whatever liquid is left, and it will soak up as we're waiting for everything else to get done. Great question though. And when I make quinoa this way, it is fluffy, it is light, and it doesn't have that extra flavor that I find sometimes quinoa has when it's just cooked a little too long, and I don't like that extra flavor. All right, so you may be wondering, where's the lemon, where's the garlic? I cook with lemon and garlic almost every day. And so we're saving those for last. I'm going to zest my lemons first, zest the garlic, and then add the juice of the lemon as well. And I like to make the dressing in a separate bowl and then add it to the salad. So I'm going to start with zesting my lemons. I think I'm going to start with 2. Yeah, I'm finicky about quinoa. I only like it. I do not soak the quinoa before I cook it, no. If you watch the beginning of the video, you'll see exactly how I did it. I sauteed it, just browned it a little bit, toasted it on the stove, and added 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa and cooked it for about 3 minutes less than the package requested, or package directions stated, and letting it steep on the stove covered and let it cool down a little bit. All right, that's a nice amount of lemon zest. I think lemon zest adds so much flavor to salads and salad dressings. And we'll add a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm gonna put my glove on. So I have these gloves that protect my hand from the microplaner. I have really bad luck with cutting my hand every time I shred garlic or lemon zest on the microplaner, and I do it almost every day, so you can imagine how often I'm cutting myself. So I found these gloves that you can buy, and they're in my Amazon shop if you need them too. It protects me from cutting my fingers on a microplaner. Or a shredder. Should have put it on after I peeled my garlic though. That's great, Holy Hummer, and if you prefer to soak it yourself, that's fine too. I know some people do that with rice as well. Yes, or your nails, Lisa, yes, or I chop my nails by mistake. That's why, another reason why I like the microplaner. You know, some people soak their rice first too. It's a preference. When I lived in Israel, I learned how to toast my rice first in olive oil before adding the water, and it's something that I've practiced with all of my grains ever since. I think it just adds a little bit of extra flavor toasting them first, but again, do whatever you want to do. If you like to soak it first and you like the way it comes out, that's wonderful. Yeah, and whatever works for you, whatever works for getting the flavor that you like. Okay. You know, I've been calling it an ancient grain, but did you know quinoa is actually a seed, not a grain? I thought that was an interesting tidbit. That's something that you could use if you go on Jeopardy. Jeopardy's the place you could get asked for something like that, right? Although I watched Jeopardy for a few minutes last night and I couldn't believe how many questions I got right. But I happen to actually be pretty decent at Jeopardy, always have been. Guess I just like trivia a lot. All right, so I cut my lemons in half and I'm gonna juice them into that bowl with the garlic and the lemon zest. I'm starting my vinaigrette. I'll end up adding some olive oil to this as well. But I start with the lemon juice, the lemon zest, and fresh garlic. Ooh. Whoops. I love this juicer. It keeps all the seeds out and it's hinged so well that it gives you a really nice squeeze and gets a lot of juice out. Okay, where did that other one go? There it is. All right, are there any other questions? Thea has Armenian heritage and she toasts her rice too. Cool. I don't know. I think Vanna's still on Jeopardy. I didn't watch Jeopardy last night, and I really don't watch those shows. I don't watch TV that time very often. I'm not sure why I had it on last night. But anyway, what was I going for? Oh, salt, pepper, but I happened to catch Jeopardy. All right, we're going to add some salt and pepper here now. And I'm going to whisk in my olive oil. Now I'll taste it. That's good. I might end up needing a little more lemon. Oh, thanks, Holly. Yeah, that was really exciting when I got to interview Vanna White. Can you see the dressing a little bit? There we go. So we've got lemon juice, lemon zest, salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil. It's tasting really delicious. And now let's check on the quinoa. See how this looks. Yeah, this is amazing. I hope you were able to see last time that it still had lots of liquid in there. And look at, by letting it sit on the stove, I hope you can see that it's solid now. It's no longer, it's solid and fluffy. It's no longer sitting in liquid. So I can now, so I do want to wait a second though. Well, ideally I would wait to add this to the salad until it's cooled off, so maybe I won't add it while we're still talking and I'll just make the regular part of the salad first. I'm going to add all that dressing in there, and it may seem like a lot of dressing for just the veggies, but it's when you add the quinoa to it that it really soaks up a lot of that extra dressing too. I'm going to taste it as just the salad now. So here's the salad with the dressing. And again, this would be an amazing salad without the quinoa too. That has so much flavor. I don't know if you could hear how much crunch it has too, but my goodness. Wow, that's so tasty. You've got the lemon and garlic, all the crunchy and different various veggies from the cucumber, the diced red onion, the bell peppers in multiple colors, the haricot vert, little mini green beans. What else we put in there? Cherry tomatoes, and then those fresh herbs. Oh my gosh. I really think that when you add fresh herbs, fresh lemon juice and zest, and fresh garlic, I really think that that's what takes flavors over the top. It's just such a great, such a great little dressing for all these veggies. All right, well, we've got all our steam gone. Oh no, it's still hot. Okay, Well, I'm not going to be picky because I'm going to be happy eating this anyway. But in a perfect world, when you're not on camera, you would wait till this is completely cool, at least room temperature, before adding it to your veggies. And then you add them. And as you can see, I doubled my veggies tonight. In the recipe, if you wanted a closer ratio from veggie to quinoa, you would follow the specific instructions in the recipe. Here, I doubled all the veggies and still did the 1 part of quinoa for the salad. The amazing part about this salad to me is that how it tastes right now and the texture it tastes right now is exactly what it's going to. Okay, I eat off of that spoon. I can eat off of this spoon still, too. I don't like to eat off of the spoon and put it back in the container, especially for a food that you want to last multiple days. In fact, just to be sure, let's just pull another spoon just to be sure. When you're going to be eating out of a container for several days and leaving it in the fridge, you want to make sure you don't contaminate your tasting spoons, like putting it in your mouth and putting it back in, because that's the bacteria that will, break down your food much quicker over time. We want this salad to be fresh and last for a good 3 days in the fridge. And doing it exactly as I did just now, this is absolutely going to last 3 days in the fridge, and it's going to be just as delicious and just as crunchy even on day 3. Thea, parsley's fine. Like I said earlier, any herbs that you like would work fine. There's just a really beautiful balance of adding fresh herbs to your crunchy vegetables that just gives you this amazing celebration of flavor. So whether you like dill, chives, mint, parsley, cilantro, whichever, or any combination of the above. You could add whichever herbs that you like. Green onions would be another great flavor to add to this salad, but then take a look at how the rainbow is represented too. We have the purple from the red onions, we have the red from the cherry tomatoes and the bell peppers, orange with the bell peppers and carrots, yellow with the bell peppers, then green with the haricot vert mini green beans, and the cucumber and the herbs. So lots of different variations of the rainbow in here. What a celebration. I'm going to take a taste now. It's definitely richer once you add the quinoa. It's more of a meal this way. You could still add feta cheese though if you wanted. You could still add grilled chicken or shrimp or something else and make it even a bigger balanced meal. When I eat this, once I've made this, sometimes I eat it for breakfast. I eat it for lunch every day that it's in the fridge. And sometimes I eat it for dinner too, but when I eat it for dinner, I'll usually add a piece of grilled chicken or a little bit of feta cheese or a little bit of leftover meat of whatever I have in the fridge. You can add it as a side dish or as a main dish. This is a full balanced meal as a vegetarian dish as well. Really wonderful. If you have any questions at all, please always feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. And if you want to check out the recipe, you can follow the link in the video description. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy evening to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed all of my tips and tricks and watching how quickly and easily I put together this super healthy salad. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.